Mm. Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone please switch on your cameras. And sorry, due to bandwidth issue, I won't be able to switch on mine today. I hope you understand. Today we would be starting with configuring logs once again. We'll revisit the topic so that it's much easier for you to digest all the concepts. Okay, so let's start with the basic introduction towards this topic. So as we all know, configuring like logging in Linux basically helps us to track all the system events, errors, and user activities. And understanding log management is very crucial for troubleshooting, auditing, and security monitoring. So what we do in this is we track events, errors, and activities, and we use these all things to troubleshoot and audit and monitor our security of the system. Now, there are three key logging components that you all should remember. Okay. First is syslog, and in our Red Hat system, we call it rsyslog. Now, this is a very traditional logging system and which stores logs in /var/log location. Now, the second important component is journald, journald. It is also known as System D journal, another name for it, and it is very modern logging system. And all the storing logs, it stores all the logs in binary format. Then the third one is application specific logs. Now these logs are of specific applications in our system. For example, if we have an HTTPD server or Apache server or MySQL server, then these logs are specific to that service. So if I'm hosting Apache website or Nginx web server, so that whenever there is an issue, I will go specifically to the location where the specific logs have been recorded of that respective service. I can check all everything over there. So now we have understood what are the three important concepts. Now there is another concept that is not the key component, but you should be knowing that. Now some services write logging information directly into the log file, and these are specifically the application-based services. Okay, there is a file, there are rows, and different row is a record of different event or error that has been came across the user that have been using the Linux operating system. Now let's go ahead and Mansi, can you share your screen?
Give me 1 second. I forgot to open AWS.
Okay. Now, by the time Mansi starts her console, let's understand the role of rsyslog and journal. Okay. Specifically, we are talking about Red Hat 9 and ahead systems. Okay. Now, Journal D basically provides an advanced log management system. RSys is the old one, Journal D is the new one, it's modern. Now, Journal D collects all the messages from the kernel, the entire boot procedure, and services. And then it writes down these messages into an event journal, which is basically the log file. This event journal is stored in binary format and it can be queried. Like if you want to interact with it, then you have to use the command journalctl. Everyone clear till here? Okay. Your screen is not visible, Mansi.
Can you see it now?
Yes, it's visible. Okay. Now let's move ahead and check which logging service is installed on your system. So every time you log into a Linux system, and if you want to know which logging service has been installed, then there is a command. So we will use it. The command is ps space aux. Now, can anyone tell me what is this command? We have executed it many times. Don't execute it. Okay, we are getting system information. Now we are going to pass the output of this command to a grep command, which is basically which is basically going to help us to search for a specific event. Okay, so the command follows. So there would be a pipe now, space pipe. No, 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 no. Pipe means the vertical line,
Oh, sorry.
the key above your enter button. Yeah, correct. This symbol is called pipe, and it is used to pass output of one command to next command. So output of ps space aux would be passed on to grep now. We are going to type grep, grep, space hyphen capital E, and now in single quotes, space single quotes, I want you to type rsyslog, rsys log.
It's lock.
Okay, then pipe syslog, sys log, pipe journal D. Okay, now what we are doing is we are searching for these specific services inside all the events using pipe and grep command along with ps space aux. Please execute this command. Okay, now we can check all these three services are there. Now let's go and now we'll move ahead with RSS log first and then for journal D because we have to check what is traditional and then we'll move on to modern. Okay, now the next three commands are very important to start a service, to enable a service, and to check the status of that service. So first, using systemctl enable rsyslog, we will enable the system. That is, we will start it, like boot it. Okay, please execute the command systemctl enable rsyslog. Okay, now systemctl start rsyslog. Okay, now let's check the status using systemctl status rsyslog. Okay, now we can check that the status is showing active, it is running, and the timestamp from when it was started, that is 5 minutes ago, we started it. Now, as the service is started, let's start on, let's check if We don't have that service installed, then how we are going to install it? Can anyone tell me if rsyslog was not installed on my system, what command I would use to install it?
Yum
Yum command.
Correct. And what would be the complete command?
yum install rsyslog, the name of the package.
Okay. And then we have to do what three steps next?
I
Sorry. After installing it, we have to follow three more steps. What would those be? We have just done that. We have to enable it. Correct.
Enable, start, and status. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to enable it, then we have to start it, and then we have to check if it has been activated or not. Okay, now as our syslog is there in our system, let's move ahead and start using systemctl command. Okay, now let's check if a specific service, what is the status of that service? Okay, using systemctl. It will show us the log information for that specific service. So systemctl status sshd is the command. Please execute it. Now, as you can see, this is displaying every log information of specific service that is SSHD. Okay, if you can check, okay, scroll down. Okay, so there is a timestamp, there is an IP address, complete IP address along with from which availability zone, which region, and what compute has been used. As we are using AWS, that's why we are getting this all a lot of information. Otherwise, there would be just IP address, which is public IP address. Then it is giving me starting SSHD daemon service, then server listening on port 22 with this IP address. Then it has been like providing SSH key. So all these activities happen back when Mansi connected with this instance. That's when this service was utilized. If we again shut down this instance and again connect with it, there would all these steps would be again mentioned in the bottom. So we use this service to access this EC2 instance of Amazon using SSHD service. Everybody understood how to read the logs that are present on the screen, sorry. Now it will be more easier when we move forward and you get acquainted with how you have to read all these logs. Okay, this was just a gist of how we have to read logs. Now we are listing the logs of specific service. What we can do next is we will go through what are the important files that we learned in our last session, and then we will check how logs are displayed in those specific files. Okay, so now please remember, as logging is a like it changes all the time, it is variable, so everything is stored inside /var directory. And again, in /var, there is a specific directory called /log, which contains all the logging information. So there would be directories like messages, dmessage, secure. You don't have to write them down. Those are present in the notes, which I would be sharing. I believe these notes are with you, right? For this chapter.
Yes.
Okay, so uh, on the second page, every detail has been given, what type of directories would be there, and their explanations. So if you check, there are three specific directories which are specific to the service, that is HTTPD, SSD, and Samba. All these are web servers. SSSD is used to log. This service gives us remote access to different systems. Now, let's go ahead and understand how to read these logs inside the file. That is var/log/messages. Mansi, can you please open the file using tail command /var/log/messages? Okay. Now, if you guys see, it is in ascending order. So the bottom ones are the latest ones. Okay. Now, if you can check the first, there is a date stamp, then there is a timestamp, again followed by IP address. Then what are the different messages from which service we have received, like system D, EC2 net, again system D, then audit. Okay, and the respective message. Now, I know you won't be able to understand what's exactly displayed in this message, but whenever there is a message with a red mark, it is probably an error, so we have to troubleshoot it. Always keep that in mind. Many Linux operating, like many distributors or many companies follow this nomenclature. Right now, everything is working fine. So, as I said, first is the date and timestamp, then the host, that is the IP address, then the service or process that from which we have got that event, and then the message content. Now, this is exact message that has been logged from the system. Now, let's move ahead and check live log file monitoring. Okay. Mansi, do you have live log monitoring file in your system? Let's check it. Please list down the files contents of /var/log. Hmm. Okay, no, we don't have that. We don't have that. Okay, still, we will use the command to assess that. We will again display the messages in message folder, but we will use a option of -f with tail command. So the command would be tail -f var log messages. Okay, can you make the difference? What's a different using, like what's differently displayed if you use -f option? Okay, right now you won't be able to make it, but whenever, as soon as we get a new message, it would be like a live monitoring now. So it would be displayed at the bottom. Okay. Now we are live monitoring this message folder. So this command is also important when you have to monitor all the live messages or the content that is generated from the system. Now let's check if I am the Linux administrator and I want to write a specific log. Okay, I want to keep track of anything and I want to put that message inside log. So for that, we will be using logger command, logger. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create a log, which would be inside messages folder. So what we can do is we can put that under service local 13.error. Okay. So logger -p is the command with -p option. Then we have to specify the service. So let's take service local 13.err space. And now in quotes, you have to give the message that is going to be our log content. So let's keep it okay. Alert. Yeah, that's good. Now please execute it. What is the error?
It says unknown. Actually, I'll just zoom in. Sorry. It says
Unknown facility name. Okay, that is not installed in your system. Okay, let's try and give the same command using sshd service.
in start, right?
Yes. Logger hyphen p. No, no. Logger hyphen p. And instead of local 13, you have
SSH.
written local. Okay.
Yeah, the 1 and L looks the same.
Okay, let's try with local 3. If we have that, then it's great. Okay, execute it.
Um, yeah, that worked.
Yeah. Can you scroll down?
It isn't.
Actually, just press enter, enter, enter. Let there be command prompt. Yeah. Okay, okay, that's good. Look, facility name. Okay, now let's check if the alert message has been recorded into the message folder. So list down 5 bottom rows of slash var slash log slash messages.
The number of. Okay.
Yeah, can you scroll down? Uh, 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 tail hyphen 5 and the file name. Okay, it has listed 5, but the command has been executed successfully, but I'm not able to see the messages. Okay, let's check in if it has been noted or recorded into SSHD service log file specifically for that. So list down the directory contains of slash var slash log. Okay, do we have a file by SSHD or
No,
SSH? Is there a directory? Can you scroll down?
these are all the directories in that.
No, it should record into messages only because we have just set SSHD uh, logs inside message folder only. Let's
Okay,
check once again the message folder, list down the contents of it. Okay, we have a directory by SSSD. Still, let's check it. Let's check it inside messages. I'm not able to see the nonsense. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's visible now. Yeah, list down the contents using tail of messages folder.
yeah. Last 5 contents, right?
Yeah, actually, we have to give the last one only. Hyphen 5. Just use the number.
Okay.
Hyphen N is used to denote it. Yeah. Okay, let me just check. No, it has not noted it. Scroll up. I wanted to check if the command has been successfully executed. The one where we wrote alert. Okay. No, not this one. This was not executed correctly.
Which
I
one?
believe. No, this one is executed correctly, right?
This one is.
Logger hyphen p local
Yeah.
3. Yeah. Dot error. Why is it not displaying it? Okay, just scroll down. Wait, wait, wait. Wait, wait, wait. Just scroll up. Okay, wait, wait. Okay, it's not working. We have to find another way to write logs, user-defined logs into messages folder. We will come back to this topic later. Now let's move ahead with our systemctl. Now we will go and check how we have to configure logs using rsys log d service. Now every time remember, if there is a D behind every service name, it is a daemon service. So the service now a service that we are going to use right now is rsys log d. This is the service name. Now just to make sure the information that needs to be logged is returned to the location, that is we can configure the rsys log service through /etc/rsyslog.conf file. Now the location of configuration file is in /etc direct. So every time if you want to change any configuration of this service, you have to visit /etc/rsyslog. Now there are three sections in this configuration section. Please make a note of them. First is modules. Second is global details. And the third one is rules.
Can
Now,
you repeat
yeah,
the second one? It was global
directives.
directives. Okay.
Directives.
Okay, directives.
So, yeah, directives. directives.
Okay.
Okay. Now, RSys logged is modular, and modules are included, which we can enhance the supported features in RSys log. So it is basically an enhancer. Then global directives. Now, this section is specifically used to specify global parameters such as the location and everything, a default timestamp and format, and rules. Now, this is the most important part of rsyslog file. It contains the rules that specify what information should be logged and to which destination. And rsyslog helps us to configure different types of custom log information. Okay. Now, let's move ahead and understand again facilities, priorities, and log destinations. These are important when we want to specify what type of log, where to store them, and what is the priority. So a facility specifies a category of information that is logged. Okay. And RSys logd uses a fixed list of categories that are called facilities, and these cannot be extended. We have to select between them. Now, priority is used to define the severity of the message, how important that message is, and how important it is to be logged. Now, when specifying a priority, by default, all messages have a specific priority, and like all the messages with the default priority are also considered as high priority unless and until a priority has been assigned to it. Different. And the last one is destination. Now, destination specifies where the message should be written. Everybody understood?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now we have checked how to install it, RSS log and all. But let's check what's inside RSS log file now, so that we know how to read it. Nancy, can you display the contents of RSS log config file?
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, it is visible.
Could you repeat? Display the content of
RSS log file. Do, do you want the exact location?
slash.
No, no, nowhere, nowhere. It is a configuration file.
It's in etc.
Correct. rsyslog.conf. No, it is
Yes,
a
yes.
file. It is a file. We can't use ls.
Sorry.
Yeah. Please use cat. Yeah.
The name is
Execute.
RSS locked.
Yes, it
R,
is even.
rs is the spelling is incorrect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this file is not there. Let's check the contents of slash etc. Okay. Okay, there is a file
Dot D.
rsyslog.conf. No, the above one. Conf.
Conf.
conf. Yeah. That is the file that we want to get.
Okay.
conf. Yeah, correct. Now, this is the place where we have to make all the changes related to the modules, then the global directives and the rules. Wherever there is a hash, it is a comment, it is commented out, but everything else, it has displayed where the logs have been stored, where are the mails, where are the messages, and everything. Okay, please scroll down and clear out the screen. Now let's move ahead with journal D service. Now, the journal D service, which is a daemon service, stores all the logs, messages in the journal and in a binary file. Okay, so now we can examine all these files using specific command that is journal CTL. Always remember. Now you can enter the command journal CTL as well and check. No, everything is connected, no space in between. Can you check all the messages? Now this is a modern way of recording
Shantanu,
messages.
here
Yeah,
I have a question for this journal CTL.
yeah,
Suppose
go ahead.
if systems fails to
Mhm.
restart, or suppose we are not able to start the services. After
Mhm.
that, if I use this journal CTL, it will
Mhm.
show the error, right?
Yes.
So suppose if it is saying like if suppose if I am using the application of a Java and
Okay.
JBoss services, and
Mhm.
if that services are not restarting, so and here it is like showing like it is failed JBoss services and the script is failing, or suppose script name is not there. So how can I resolve this one using this journal CTL?
Okay, there would be a message contained clearly stating
Mm-hmm.
what is the issue behind that event. Okay, so
Okay.
basically, if there is a service, okay, if I'm trying to use SSH and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
able to log in, okay, so there would be a messages that okay, you have not given the proper port or the port is not opened or different
Mm-hmm.
types related to it. So whenever
Okay.
anything is not booting or anything is not starting, every message is recorded here, or there may be a chance that for a specific service, specific log messages have been created inside the system where at a different location.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are using Java service, we may see these messages inside message folder as well, or there would be a specific directory by the name Java inside which all logs related to it would be stored.
Okay. And another one question here
Yeah.
it is, suppose if services gives the error like configured resource limit was exceeded, means for these services. So what does it mean? Like basically wanted to say configured resource limit was exceeded.
What is actually? Can you just speak a little softly? I'm not able to listen. What is your issue?
Means just wanted to inform I face this problem in my office, or
Okay.
twicely I have faced, and I use
Mhm.
this journal CTL and system CTL to restart the services. Before
Okay.
that, I was using this sudo service command to start the services, but it was not restarting or even starting the services. After that, I use this system CTL and this journal CTL. In that, it
Mhm.
mentioned like you are facing this problem because of configured resource limit was exceeded, and
Mhm.
C TTL status JBoss EAP REHEL service and journal CTL dash XE for details. I faced this issue twice, but still I am not able to
Okay.
understand why it gives the error. Means basically I didn't understand that exceeded numbers. What exceeded numbers the system wants to
Okay.
means
So
inform
whenever
us or
the resources of a system are exceeded,
mm-hmm,
specifically it refers to the RAM usage, which is called as memory, then the CPU
mm-hmm.
usage, and the network bandwidth. Okay.
Okay.
If it is related to all any of the three, it is basically notified as configuration like resource exceeded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is basically the resources allotted to you specifically, or maybe the system is not able to process all your requests at that time because it is having different services to run with higher priority.
Yes, actually, I changed some ER file in the system.
Mhm.
Basically, I changed. There was one a deployment at that time. I changed some file, means just included some additional files, and after that, this issue started facing. So that's why I asked because of this journal settle. In that, it was not mentioning the whole path or like just it was mentioning this is the problem. So that's why I asked you.
Okay, so whenever we face these types of problems, specifically if it is related to RAM or memory, then we use
Mm-hmm.
swap space. If it is related to RAM usage, then we like not RAM usage, the processing, CPU usage, then we basically
Mm-hmm.
kill all processes that are unnecessary on our system.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
I killed the processes also, but after
yeah,
that also this issue faced. But what I did, like I restart means I use this. I changed the ownership basically. I used
Mhm.
this Limbs admin, and after that I forcefully started created this process ID, and after that it started. But before
Okay,
that, it was not working with
okay,
any
okay,
of the system CTL command also.
okay. Basically, this error happens because, like, were you using any cloud service like
Hmm.
Azure, GCP, AWS?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, which
AWS,
service?
AWS, AWS,
Okay, so
AWS.
you can handle it in such a way that you can change the configuration of the system instance. If you do that, it will work as well.
Okay, okay, sure. Yeah,
So you
thank you.
have to shut the instance, then change the not the security groups as well, because security groups are also important to
Mm-hmm.
providing access. And then the CPU, the memory of the instance, you can upgrade it and then try again once to start the service. It will start.
Okay, okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you for
welcome.
this suggestion.
Now, okay, we were on journal CTL, right? So let's go and check first the journal folder where journal CTL messages have been recorded. This is the place, right? No, we used journal CTL command to check the logs directly. Now let's check where all these files are stored in binary, that is /var log journal.
Give me 1 second, Chintan, if something is gonna collapse. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries.
So you were saying over here?
Okay. So now using journal CTL, we check all how we can list down the logs. Now, if we want to view them in real-time mode, we will use option as journal CTL-F, similar to tail-F that we use. Now, it will give us continuous updates of new logs. Okay. Okay. Now, as you can see, the command prompt is not visible, and whenever there is a new update or a new log, we will be able to see it at the bottom. Now, what if I want to check a log using journal CTL for a specific service? Let's say Nginx service. So, uh, the command that you would use is journal CTL -u option to specify specific service. Can you execute this?
Could you please repeat it?
Yes. The command is journal CTL -u, and Nginx is not installed on your system. Let's use ssh.service. We will check the logs specific for ssh.service. No entries. So this command is correct, but there are no entries specific to this service. So we don't have anything to display. But what we can do is we can take access of this system using SSH from applications like PuTTY or PowerShell. After that, you can see entries here. Okay, now let's move ahead and see how we can check log information for a specific time range. It is not necessary to run these commands because we have seen. I just want you to note down or note them down. I just want you all to note them down. It is similar to what we have saw in our last session using hyphen hyphen since and hyphen hyphen until. Everything is same. And in this, we can use natural language as well because our systems are more advanced now. For example, we can say journal CTL hyphen hyphen since yesterday or 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago. You can execute it and check once if you want. All these log informations have been yesterday's. No new update. From yesterday till now. Now, if we want to check, like right now we have booted this system we are using. Before this, also Mansi booted this system and used it for her homework or anything. If right now in current session, I want to check what were the logs from my previous boot session, then the command that I would use is journal ctl -b. -b. Yes. Wait, okay, this is all. Okay, the command was incomplete actually. Okay, this is all the logs related to booting. So all the kernel and shell related. If we want to check one session back, then we have to give -1 option in front of -b. So the command would be journal ctl -b space -1. And this number can go back like -1, -2, -3. Okay, so these are the logs in your from your previous session. Now let's go ahead and check how we can filter different types of logs based on their user ID or PID. We can find logs of a specific user or a specific process using UID and PID. So the command for that would be journalctl. First, Mansi, can you list down all the PIDs in your system? Because we otherwise we won't be able to check for which specific PID or UID we want to use. Can you list down all the PIDs? Okay, select any one PID. Let's say 1646. Okay, so the command, okay, let me 1646. So the command would be journalctl space underscore capital UID, sorry, PID is equal to no space and the PID that was 1646. Yes, please execute it. Now, this is the logs for specific that process with the PID 1646. Similarly, using UID, we can check logs of any specific user. Everyone good till here?
Shantanu, can you repeat this command once again? Because I can't see this 1646 process ID. Since I don't know,
Sorry.
I can't see this process ID 16 that the process ID which entered. I'm not able to see in that list.
Uh,
So could you
you
please
want to
repeat
check
the
it in?
same
Yeah,
command?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Mansi, can you please execute the
yeah.
command?
Means I just wanted. I have
Yeah.
question for process ID, so that's why.
Yeah. Uh, the process ID would be mentioned inside the message contained. So please execute this command, Mansi.
Yeah, I want message content first. I want.
Okay, and
Okay,
if you
one
check
six
user
four
start,
six.
there is a PID is equal to 1646. And followed by there is a UID also, which user has executed or started this service.
Okay, but here you have given the PID 1646 means for
Yes.
the general serial it will show for the only this process ID. But suppose if have it have like lot of process IDs working for them like minutes or seconds. So how to know like for that only process ID we are facing some issue or like that?
No, no. See, the thing is, these are all the features in this journal service. Okay. If I know a specific service with a PI, if I, okay, let's see, I'm hosting a web server. Okay. And while hosting only, I specified a PID for it. That is 990. So I
Hmm.
would be knowing what is the process ID for that specific server. And Linux administrators know the process IDs for basic day-to-day services which are running because all those PIDs are custom given. Those are not system generated, which makes life easier for system admin to identify which process is causing error. Okay, whenever I'm not able to log into my system, I know that SSHD service is causing error. I know the PID. I can directly check all the logs for that specific PID.
No. My question, Shantanu, was like, how did you find this 1646 process
Okay,
ID
PID.
while giving
Okay,
the
okay,
PID? Yes,
okay.
because there will be lot of
So
process IDs and that can't be remembered. So that I am
right,
asking.
right. Okay, so the command for that is ps space aux.
Okay, AUX. In that only you chose 1646.
Ps aux command. It will show us different processes which are running on our system. And if you check, Mansi, yeah, just wait here. Here is the PID for every service, every process that has been running
Okay.
on this
I
system.
mean, before percentage CPU,
Yeah,
there is a PID. Okay, good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So from here, we checked for the service SSHD. Then we got the PID as 1646. And after that, we executed the command journal CTL Correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Perfect. Now again, if you're facing any error and okay, in general, this is the keyword that is inside the message of that specific error. For example, if you're facing error of one type in SSH service and that message contains error always or field, then we can simply use grep command to search for logs with a specific keyword in it. For example, error or field or alert or immediate attention. Okay. So again, the command would be similar like using pipe and grep. So let's execute that one as well. The command is journalctl pipe grep and what we can search error in quotes. Yeah, please execute it. Now, every log message containing error as a keyword would be displayed from the time the system has been started. Not the session starting time, but from the time when the system was initiated, like the EC2 instance was launched. Now, there is again an interesting command. This is the last one in journalctl. You can see that the output is displayed on black screen with white characters. Let's make it interesting so we can identify errors or logs more easily. We can get the error, get the output of journalctl command in colored format. So it is easier for us to understand. And the command for that is journalctl space hyphen hyphen no hyphen pager. No space in between. Yeah. Hyphen pager space hyphen hyphen output is equal to short hyphen monotonic monotonic. Now don't execute it. Just wait a while. Okay. Everyone, please make a note of this command. If you want to check all the log informations from journalctl in colored format, we use this command. If you want to change the color format, you can just change short monotonic to anything else, respectively. Please execute it and let's check if it is displaying correctly. No, 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 no. It is not showing logs in colored format. We need to install the service. Okay. Let it be this way now. I'll explain this command on my system tomorrow. Okay, so that was all for configuring logs. Always remember two commands, systemctl and journalctl. These are the basic ones and most important. So guys, let me remind you, tomorrow we have mock interview sessions and I expect everyone to be well prepared for it. The, we would be having questions on the first 10 chapters from Linux. Along with that, you would have your introduction as well. The session will last for 20 minutes, more or less. Okay. So please be prepared for any cross questions because there would be cross questioning as well. And try to structure your answers in what, why, how. Okay. Let's wrap up today's session now. Thank you everyone for joining in. Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you.